Everybody has conflict. Nobody likes it. When I'm talking to people about leadership and how to deal with sticky relationships, I'll ask them many times, how many of you have conflict with someone? And every hand will raise because we live in a world that has a lot of conflict. But then when I ask them, how many of you have ever gone to that person to have a good discussion about the conflict you have with them, only about 10% of the hands are raised. In other words, most of the people, when they have conflict, they don't deal with it. I don't know what they think is going to happen. I suppose they think that if they ignore it, maybe it will go away, and that's a possibility, not a big possibility, but that's a possibility. I think that when they don't deal with conflict, it just seems to be easier for them, and sometimes they just basically would rather live in turmoil than deal with what the issues are. And the reason I say that is because most of conflict is based upon misunderstanding. And what I've discovered is that if I am having conflict with you, it's probably because I don't know and don't see the whole picture. So I sit down with you and say, help me out. We're having a little tension here. I'm probably at fault. I probably don't see the big picture. Could you express yourself to me so I could understand? Not all the time, but much of the time. Once there is beginning to be understanding, communication, well, let me just put it this way. It's easy to like somebody if you really know them well. It's hard to dislike people that you really know well. So when we remove the walls and have that common ground meeting, wanting the best for each other, we honestly remove the conflict from the life most of the time. And I don't think there's anything more fulfilling than to have conflict with someone and then get on common ground and fix it. There's a great feeling of rightness about your attitude and your conduct when that happens. So I hope today, if you're having conflict with someone, it's normal. It happens to all of us. But today, begin to realistically deal with the issue. Be kind, be considerate, but deal with it. Max Dupree said the first responsibility of a leader is to define reality. Once we define reality, we can deal with reality. Once we deal with reality, we can move on. That's what I hope for you. Thanks for being with me today on Minute with Maxwell.